In today's gospel reading, taken from St. Mark, a third person comes up and interrogates Jesus and ask him, what is the greatest commandment? And Jesus replies with what is called the Shema Israel, Hear, O Israel, and tells us how that our God is a great God and we should love him with all our heart, mind, and soul and with all that we have within us. And we should also love our neighbor as ourselves. And Jesus pronounces and says, this is the greatest commandment of all. And so in our lives, everything should lead us to God. Everything we do should ultimately lead us to God. And if it doesn't ultimately lead us to God, then we shouldn't do it because it is evil and it is harmful for us and it does not do us any good. So even the practical matters of our lives, we should see that they ultimately lead us to God. Even our work that provides us with income and provides us with shelter and food and transportation, that provides us ultimately, those things give us the capacity to live and to serve and to love God. And also in our work, it's often a work that provides a service for somebody. So we're called to do that service in a diligent, efficient manner, and so that people have what they need. And that's also an act of love, that we do it well and with care and consideration. And so whether it's our work or our play or our time for study or prayer each day, it should all lead us ultimately to God, everything that we do. And again, like I say, if the things we do, if they don't lead us to God, if they're leading us away from him and down different nasty rabbit holes, well, we should stay away from them. And we need to refocus our days each day. And sometimes each day at the end of the day, it's good to reflect on our days and say, well, have I really tried to see God as the end of everything I did today? And have I used my time well and used it to edify my intelligence and my will and maybe to have some exercise as well for my body, and also some time for prayer as well, so that we've done things that help us to be good, healthy individuals that love God and seek God in our lives. And so it's always good, it's important to make the good choices in our lives, and when we make the good choices, then we profit from them. They help us to live healthy, happy lives. And one thing that I've sometimes brought out in the past, and I think is important, is we have to understand that the fabric of our society relies on so many people doing good things in their lives, so many people doing the good thing and making the right choices. Because really, in the end, if people do not choose what is right and good, everything breaks apart. I mean, we've seen the deadly, nasty riots that have taken place, and that's people who are defying the law, and that could happen, and so we have to understand that it depends on each individual to choose what is good. Of course, we could always have a military state where the soldiers are on every corner and they're looking over us, and they may shoot us if we do something wrong. And of course, that's not a very happy existence. And if you've ever been to a communist country under behind the Iron Curtain, you would know that is not a happy existence. But we have to we should take consideration and be thankful that we live in a free country, but that also requires the responsibility of citizens and individuals doing what is right and good, and basically following the laws and respecting other people. So again, Jesus says that we're called to love God with all our heart, mind, and soul, and love our neighbor as ourselves. And so let us seek each day that at the end of everything we do, that it ultimately leads us to God, and as such that we become better people, more healthy, happy, and content people as well.